Materialists is the brand new A24 film which just hit theaters this past weekend. The film's written and directed by Celine Song, whose directorial debut, Past Lives, got her film multiple acclaims throughout the 2023 awards season. This also is an A24 film. The film stars Dakota Johnson as Lucy, someone who lives in New York and works for a matchmaking company where men and women hire these people to put them on dates to find their one true love. And when Lucy's attending a wedding for one of her clients, she runs into the brother of the groom, Harry, who's played by Pedro Pascal, who seems like finally the perfect person in her eyes on someone who can value her and she values to become a potential couple. But at that meetup, working as a part of the crew with the food and waitering is John, played by Chris Evans, who is Lucy's ex-boyfriend who broke up years ago over the fact that John is broke. But they still clearly both care about each other. As the movie goes throughout, Lucy's trying to figure out what she values in her life and who really she should be with and the type of guy she should be with. The film is an hour and 56 minutes and is rated R. Welcome back, everyone, to a brand new review here on Max Talks Movies. My name is Max Dinner. We're talking Materialists. If you're new to the show, guys, please hit that subscribe button and ring that bell for notification. I do box office breakdown shows, movie franchise rankings, out of theater reactions, and basically every day, either a movie or a TV show review. So if you like any one of those things, guys, please hit that subscribe and ring that bell for notifications. Down also below is the comments section. What are your thoughts on Materialist? Did you like it? Did you not like it? Do you like Past Lives more? If you have not seen it, tell me why. And is this one you think you should see in a theater or you should wait to see this on streaming? Let me know down in the comments. I respond to every single comment. And guys, also please hit that thumbs up button. So I was very excited for this movie because I did enjoy Past Lives a couple years ago. I did have a low bar. I was excited because the trailers sold a conventional rom-com love triangle. And because it had Celine Song's name attached, and because it has the A24 name attached, I had hope that it would give this a good enough hook that it didn't feel like another conventional romantic movie or romantic comedy or anything like that. And I've been, so if you're following this channel since I started, I've been beating the drum on how good I think Dakota Johnson is. And her two mainstream projects haven't shown her off as a quality actress. So I'm always rooting for her to do well. Obviously, I like Chris Evans and Pedro Pascal a lot. So I was excited for this one. But I do sadly have to start by saying that I was disappointed by Materialist. Not that this is a bad movie or an unwatchable movie. And I saw this with someone and they really enjoyed this movie a lot. I was just expecting a lot more out of this movie. I do want to say right off the bat, the reason why this movie is as good as it is in most parts is the really amazing filmmaking from Celine Song. This could have felt like another Netflix original romantic movie, but it feels very cinematic and theatrical, all due to the fact that Celine Song is behind the camera. This movie entirely takes place in New York, which is a tough place in movies to make feel fresh and exciting in 2025, where it feels like most movies take place, especially romantic movies, take place in New York. It can feel like a very drab location, especially when you're seeing it over and over and over again and just reuse locations. But for some reason, it's the freshest New York has felt in a movie in a very long time, in my opinion. The sets are great. Obviously, the clothing and that costume design is also really strong in the movie. It just feels different. And all the credit to Celine Song, who really makes this feel like a much bigger movie than it actually is on a story level. The other big positive, of course, is the cast. The three actors who are the leads are very good in this movie. I love Dakota Johnson. I think she's good here. I don't think this is one of my favorite Dakota Johnson performances or anything like that, but I did enjoy her a lot. Pedro Pascal is doing Pedro Pascal. I enjoy Pedro Pascal, so that for me really works. He's very charming and has good chemistry with Johnson. The most impressed of the performances was Chris Evans. I actually found him to be really excellent, while still miscast again, while he's trying to play once again another regular, basically underclassmen, as they say. But his performance is excellent here. He, even though maybe the looks don't match the character that he is playing, You do feel his vulnerability, his desperate nature in his life, and why he's fighting so hard to be in a relationship back with Lucy. And Evans is really, really terrific here. I think this is easily his best performance since Knives Out. And all the credit to him, because I think I'm not sure if this is the type of role he should be playing, but I think as cast, I think he did the absolute best job he could. He was easily the one who impressed me the most out of the ensemble. I did feel some things towards the third act of the movie. There were some authentic conversations going on. The actual events and stuff is very romantic fantasy based, but when they try to go in the hard and gritty things, I mean, that's when the movie really pops. When it goes for the conventional, over the top fantasy like romantic situations and relationships, that's when the movie can kind of pull me out. When it goes for the hard and gritty, the real conversations that actual people have, I mean, that's when the movie really is its strongest. But on a negative note, the story is very, in my opinion, disappointing. It's where the movie really falls apart. And not falls apart, but just didn't hit the notes I was expecting. The movie, for the first, I would say, hour, is what the trailers present, which is a stereotypical love triangle of sorts, where she's kind of with Pedro Pascal, but she kind of also cares about this other guy who's Chris Evans. And you're kind of trying to wonder who is maybe the right fit for her life. And she's trying to figure out as well. And I kind of like from an audience perspective, just like Lucy, you're trying to figure out what could be best for her. But the movie throws in a very heavy topic that is not in the trailers, in the story involving her job, that I was not expecting. And it's by far and away the most interesting part of the entire film. But the problem is they don't throw it into the movie until nearly an hour or so in. And then they have a hard time balancing what to focus on. Is it really focusing on what Lucy wants, or also trying to focus on what these relationships can be? There's like most of the movie, I would say the first hour and then the last like 20 minutes or so is heavily, heavily focused on the conventional, we've been there, we've done that, romantic movie, just with a great production, a great director, and some amazing actors who are usually, these top tier actors don't really do these type of movies anymore. So it feels a little bit elevated. But for me, I actually found that they could have made this more of a Lucy-centered focused story, instead of who should Lucy be with and who's the right value for Lucy's character. That became the main part of the story, instead of this really deep and heavy topic. And I love the heavy topic being talked about in a movie like this. I think it's very important, but it's not something for me you can just chuck in the movie halfway and then cut to these romantic, over the top, talking out in public scenes. They just didn't really balance too well for me, which led to me being a little bit emotionally flat with the actual movie and with the ending itself. It just didn't hit as home for me as I wanted to. So I think if they focus on that big element in the movie, that was like the main story, and then maybe the guys were very much a side part of it. That could have worked for me, but they focused more on the guys stuff, with not the guys stuff, but who is the right guy for her, instead of really a good, serious, authentic topic. So for me, there's still some enjoyment to have here. I love the cast. I love the filmmaker. The movie looks good. It feels more elevated than a stereotypical romantic comedy or something like that. I just thought they were going to go a little bit more deeper. I thought they were, but they kind of stopped and paused and kept going back to the conventional thing that I'm just not the biggest fan of. So overall, guys, I'm going to give Materialists a 3 out of 5 stars. I'm going to go 60% for Materialists. What are your thoughts on this one? Let me know down in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe, and I'll see you guys really soon.